And here we go on this Monday evening in the city. Yes, we are back once again, ladies and gentlemen. After 2 weeks down, we are back on board this evening, fired up and ready to go. 6 o'clock straight up, which means it is time for Real Talk Memphis. I am your program host. My name is Chip Washington. Very nice to be here again after Snowmageddon and everything else. The city shut down and this big storm rolling through here, but I think we're sort of on the back end of it now. It's still a little chilly, but the good news is the temperature is going to be above 40 degrees. And we're going to continue with the melting that we saw today. Tomorrow, we'll see highs in the 50s and a little bit of rain, too, depending on where you are. So that will help things as well. Let me just say this right off the top. There is no school tomorrow. They've already said that, and I already figured that. So the kiddos and the faculty and staff will have at least another day off, which I guess for a lot of folks is good, depending on how you look at things. But there are still plenty of slick spots out there, not only on some of the major streets. There's a few slick spots out there, but a lot of these secondary and side roads, the neighborhood communities are the ones that are going to take the longest to thaw out in terms of all of this. But again, this is all about part of a process, and I'd say by the weekend we ought to be pretty much road ready and back on our way. And I hope that hasn't been too hard on you or your family in terms of power and a lot of other things. We're praying for all of our folks here in the big city. We have a good show for you tonight. We hope you stay with us for the hour. We will lay out the guest list in just a moment. But there are many ways you can get this fine piece of radio broadcasting. Of course, we are right now live on 91.7 on your FM dial. That will be WYXR. You can also hear us on the WYXR app. We are on the TuneIn app. We will be live streaming the program tonight on Facebook Live. And when the show posts in a day or two, you will be able to find it on YouTube. And as we are a podcast, you can find us wherever you get your favorite podcast. So, we have a lot of ways for you to keep up with what is happening on the Real Talk Memphis side of the street. In terms of the guest list tonight, now these folks, and I'm so happy that they decided they would come back and join us. A couple of weeks ago, we had some technical difficulties. Last week, of course, the big snowstorm and the whole 9 yards. But I digress. Valerie Calhoun will be joining us. You all know Valerie Calhoun. She is the longtime morning news anchor at Fox 13. And I will tell you just at the top, what Val and I have in common is the fact that we both started at Fox 13 on Good Morning Memphis at the same time, and that's about 3 decades ago. Okay, I know. So we'll be talking to her. She still looks great, by the way. Me, that's a whole nother story. We'll get into that a little bit later on. And speaking of, Sally Heinz is the CEO of an organization many of you are familiar with called MIFA. And she is retiring after almost 20 years at the helm of that amazing organization. We're going to talk with Sally about her career and why she thinks that now is a good time to step away. And in the second half hour of the broadcast, we will have Colin Burress. Colin, of course, has recently been appointed as the new Memphis Fire Chief for the City of Memphis Division of Fire Services. So he is the new Fire Chief for the City of Memphis, and he will be joining me a little bit later on in the broadcast to talk about his career, which spans some 3 decades as well. So there you go. Good show. Sounds good. Interesting. Hopefully you will find it to be. And we are once again glad that you decided you wanted to show up tonight. Now, what we like to do at the beginning of the broadcast is anytime you celebrate a birthday, you make that trip around the sun. And what we like to do here is to honor that for you by doing a little thing I like to call the shout out. So without further ado, I have to say, hit it, Bryn. Happy birthday going out to, and by the way, did you know this was February? We are in February already, the second day of February. Time is really moving along. County Commissioner Henry Brooks celebrating a birthday today. Happy birthday, Henry. Happy birthday going out to Betty Robinson. Tanya Ferris celebrating today. Donna Wooten Harvey celebrating her birthday. Happy birthday to Bobby Giles Reed, to DeJuan Jones, to Eric Fleming. Happy birthday to Carol Stroud, Chris Gray, and Felicia Kent. From all of us here at Real Talk Memphis, we wish you a very happy birthday. We hope today has been filled with love and laughter. And from all of us here at Real Talk Memphis, we hope that for all of our sakes, we can be around next year to celebrate your next trip around the sun. Thanks, Brian. All right, before we get into news and notes, we always do the birthdays and then we do any deaths that are prominent that we find out about. How many of you remember the show Sanford and Son? Red Fox was in that show. They worked in the junkyard, and he and his son. Well, Damon Wilson, who played his son Lamont in that series, he died over the weekend at the age of 79 of something cancer related. But again, very, very popular show. As a matter of fact, that Sanford and Son was the first show I ever saw on a color television set. We had the black and white there, all those years. And I remember the first thing I said when I saw the opening of the show and he drove that red pickup truck in there, I said, the pickup truck is red. I was young. I got excited about that. But yeah, that was the first time I ever seen a show. That was the first show I ever saw on color television. More information that you didn't want to know, but that's okay because you're listening to me right now. So just go with it, all right? But anyway, may his memory always be a blessing. Now, in terms of this storm, this huge storm that is paralyzed pretty much half the country, here in Tennessee and in Mississippi, there were some pretty hard-hit locations. And we heard today that Elon Musk and his company is sending approximately 500 generators to Tippah County and some other neighboring counties after the storm has left hundreds of people, and there are still hundreds of people, by the way, who are without power. But he's sending 500 generators to that area, and he's also sending some additional generators to the state of Tennessee in some of the hardest hit areas here in our state. So that's a good deal for folks who have been dealing with this now for about a week plus. As of today, 23 storm-related deaths have occurred in both Mississippi and Tennessee in some of the very hardest hit areas. So we're continuing to pray for those folks that things work out for them sooner rather than later. I don't know how many of you heard the news. A lot of you are familiar with the show, the Today Show, that comes out every morning around here about 7 o'clock or so. Well, one of the show hosts, Savannah Guthrie, her mother has been reported missing. She lives in Arizona. A sheriff who is investigating the case says that her home, based on a look around, looks to be a crime scene. In other words, he has said that it looks like she might have been forced from her home instead of just left her home. She's 84 years old, and she does require some medication to be able to move around. So there's a fear that this could be something of a violent episode. She was reported missing by her family over the weekend. So there is a huge manhunt looking for the mother of Today Show host Savannah Guthrie. We will pray that this turns out to be have a good conclusion. I'll just say it like that. I don't know how many of you watched the Grammy Awards last night, but Boo Mitchell, well-known engineer, producer here in Memphis over the Royal Studios, he won another Grammy Award. He and a couple of other blues artists won a Grammy Award for their work on that you heard of that movie, Sinners? The movie Sinners? That's a pretty big movie, apparently, and they contributed some music to that movie, and they won a Grammy for their work. So congratulations to Boo Mitchell and all of the folks in the Delta Blues area of music around here, and of course Royal Studios for their contribution in all of this. So today was Groundhog Day. And, this is when this ugly little varmint, they pull him out of a hole, and he decides one way or another whether we're going to see 6 more weeks of winter, or, we're going to have an early spring. Well, he came out today, and according to them, he has predicted 6 more weeks of winter. Let me just say this, let's not put a lot of our weather faith in a varmint. Okay, let's now I'm sorry. Okay, we've come too far, in weather technology to have to deal with all of that. But for those of you, who have this folk thing going, well, there you go. Puxatawny Phil is his name, and he said that. According to, I guess he saw a shadow, and that means that there's going to be 6 more weeks of winter. Okay, whatever. And a quick look at sports. Both the Grizzlies and the Tigers lost the last couple of games. Neither one of them is having a stellar season. So it's not good to run into things like that, but it happens, and maybe they'll wake up and decide to do a little better in the second half than they've done in the first. All right, that's a look at news and notes, and we're going to take a break. And when we come back, guess what? Guess who I'm going to have on joining me in just a couple of minutes. She's legendary. Now, when you've been a broadcaster in this city for as long as she has, you become legendary. You'll find out who she is and why she is legendary. This is Real Talk Memphis. I'm Chip. You know who you are. Let's take a break, and we'll be right back.
If you like Real Talk, here's a way you can get involved. Do you have a show topic idea or suggestion? Want to be considered a guest or have a guest idea? Then send Chip a message on his Real Talk show page, and you can be a part of the Real Talk experience. So as he always says, go out and tell somebody. We'll be right back.
Hey, this is Jerry, and you're listening to WYXR 91.7 FM Memphis. My show, Without a Net Radio, coming to you from 8 to 10 p.m. every Sunday night. I'll be playing you some good music. Tune in and listen.
Hey, it's Mac Man from your Mac Man Music Show. Tune in every Wednesday at 5 to 6 for the best in all kinds of soul, rhythm and blues, jazz, a little hip hop, and all kinds of music on WYXR 91.7 FM.
Get Real Talk on the TuneIn mobile app under WYXR, and he's now streaming live on Facebook. And you can also catch a rebroadcast on YouTube. Just put WYXR in the search box and hit subscribe. Now back to more Real Talk with Chip Washington.
And welcome back to Real Talk Memphis on this second day of February, if you can believe it, 2026. I've had enough people tell me, Chip, you've been around, a while, and folks will tell you, I remember growing up watching you on TV, which is a line I can't stand still today. But in any event, I have someone who is joining me this evening who is, you talk about a pro's pro, and you talk about someone who is extraordinarily loved by this community. She wakes us up every morning with her pal, Ernie Freeman, over at Fox 13. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show, Valerie Calhoun. How are you, darling? Yay, it's good to see you.
You know what? Yay! Yeah. I thought you'd never asked me to be on the show. I didn't. Hello.
I didn't know you knew I did something like this on radio, but I'm so listen. I told her during the break how wonderful she looks. Valerie and I go back 30 years. She has been on the morning show at Fox 13 for 3 decades, bringing us news and information. And Valerie and I were among the first group of anchors on Good Morning Memphis back in 1990. Valerie, it was 1995 when we got together.
Wow. I remember answering the ad, and it was a really cool ad. It's like, come to the birthplace of rock and roll, the Elvis and all this. And they said, Fox has bought a station, and it's an owned and operated station. And I thought, that sounds really great. And lo and behold, you, me, Scott Maroney, Scott Taylor, the eye guy, remember him?
I do indeed, yeah.
We had a great show, Mornings on Fox.
That's what it was called, Mornings on Fox. That's right. And I did weather, and I will tell you in order of, as I remember, George Till hired all of us, and it was either Scott was first or I was first, but we were pretty close together in terms of being hired, and then they were looking for a female, anchor for the show. And I remember, just like it was just, I promise you I do, I remember you walking in the building and walking in the back door. We were in a control room. We were somewhere. We were in a conference room, he and I and whoever else, and then you came walking in with that smile. And I said to him, after you finished your whatever you were doing that day when you came in and met us all, I said, that's the one. I said, she's the one. And doggone it, if they were smart enough to hire you. Now, let me ask you this. It has been 3 decades, and has time for you, has it just flown by? I mean, how would you assess your career from the time you got here to Memphis to now?
It has flown by. I look up and I came here for 2 years. Like you and me, remember how excited we were. Yeah. We were young. We're like, we're going to do this. We're going to move on. 2 years. Yeah. But here we are. Yeah. Memphis just became home. And I really loved working. It was owned by Fox and the Rupert Murdoch Group for all that for a long time. And that was great. It was a lot of fun. We've had a few owners since then, but there may have been a few years that dragged a little bit. Getting up this early in the morning kind of wears on you. But for the most part, it's been fantastic, and it has flown by.
I mean, I had to think about it when I was thinking about it, and we were talking about all of this. I said, it has been 30 years, and we are both still here, and thank the Lord for that opportunity. Yes. Now, you and Ernie have really established yourselves as the preeminent pair in the morning in this city. You're very much loved by this community. What is it about the community of Memphis that has seemed to embrace you so lovingly, but as a people, and you've been here long enough to be able to say it and tell it. What is there about this city that's so special to you?
You know what? I think what I love about Memphis, and I'm from East Tennessee. I was born in Nashville, lived in the Carolinas and Alabama, but Memphis is very real, and the people get it. They know if you are not genuine. They get that real immediately. And if they decide that they like you, they are loyal to you. And I love that. It's the most giving, loyal, and loving community, that I've ever lived in. So yeah, it's home for me. I haven't been anywhere else this long. And I've had other options. You have too, but we choose Memphis. Yeah. Choose Memphis. Love it.
Yeah, absolutely that. And, one thing that has changed as time has moved along is the technology of things, and how news gathering was way back in them days versus how it is today. But for you, as a consummate professional and one who knows this business backwards and forwards, what has changed the most for you in terms of the presentation of news? How it's put together these days, and really what the focus is on. When you all get up and get ready to plan your day. What the focus is on what types of stories. How has news gathering, in your opinion, changed in the last several years?
Okay, the biggest change was when we're able to go live with what they call Live U. And it's like a backpack. And when this happened, and this was probably 15 or 20 years ago, and I remember Tom Dees, the late Tom Dees,
Yes.
showing us on one of these boats on the river down in Tunica. He said, watch this. So you could go with the backpack on, the photographer, and go live from anywhere. And Chip, you remember when you and I started, you had to take a live truck and you had to roll out cables.
Yes.
So you could go live.
Yeah.
If you didn't have that live truck, you couldn't go live.
Right.
Now you can pick up your phone and if you have the Live View app, we can go live with our phones. And honestly, the quality's not bad, even with the phone. Cameras are different, but that changed everything. So our emphasis on Good Morning Memphis is we want to bring you breaking news. We want to be live. We don't want to just tell it from the desk. So we have reporters all around the area. And with the ice and snowstorm we recently had, that was our selling point. We're showing you so you don't have to get out of your home what's happening. And with a backpack or a phone, you can do that. It's amazing. That's the biggest change. It was a sea change for what we do.
And talking about the storm, and you've covered many in your day, and so have I. And no, I don't miss being out in the freezing cold. Reporting, but again, I think that what television stations have learned, I think, is there is a trust factor in the people who present the news on a daily basis. And that is even during very difficult times to try to navigate streets and everything else, getting to the station. They want their top folks on air presenting information to the public because there's a trust that goes along with this. And when they see you guys call yourselves the Big Show. And when they see you guys out there doing what you're doing in so many locations with so many people, it says, I think, and maybe I don't want to put words in anybody's mouth, but it says to me that they really care about our community and they want to put their best foot forward. Does that sound about right to you in terms of how I'm looking at it?
It does, and it feels good to hear you say that because you've been on my side. You're doing the podcast and radio. You've done a lot of different things over the years, but absolutely. Because here's the thing. I've been here 30 years. Ernie's been here 22, I guess. We know people in the community. We have put roots here. This is our community too. Mm-hmm. We're not just here, as I mentioned earlier, I thought I'd be here for 2 years. We're not here to put a notch in our belt and move on to another city. This is our home. We care about it. We know the people. We know what matters to the people. I say that a lot, but we do. So if we've got maybe some younger folks who aren't from here, we tell them, look, no. This is what you need to focus on. You need to go to this neighborhood. You need to check this out. So I think there's a value to that. And yes, we truly do try to make sure we're giving a service to our viewers because we're one of you. We live here too. It's our home too.
Absolutely. That. Now, speaking of, we see nowadays in terms of news reporters and folks come in and out. The business has become transient in a lot of ways. These kids come here and they want to get a few stories under their belt so they can move off to whatever other destination that they choose to. As someone with a treasure trove of experience, when you see the young ones come in, to the market, what kind of advice, and I know they ask, what kind of advice do you offer a younger reporter, somebody coming in, has never been here before, doesn't understand the city or the culture? What kind of advice do you dispense?
Ernie and I both tell them this: just be you. Don't try to be someone else. Don't try to be another Ernie. Don't try to be another Val. Just be you, mm-hmm. People, and be honest and be fair. And that's all you can ask. And then go out and do good things, be honest, fair, be yourself, be authentic. And if you do all those things, even if you flub up a few times, people will forgive you if they know that you're really trying your best.
Yeah, I mean, and I think that is very, very important to be able to give that type of advice. Recently, you were honored by the Bus Riders Organization, and I think I spoke to you a little bit about that. They gave you the Lifetime Achievement Award, and I thought you were like, yeah, that was really something. When these kind of things come to you these days, I mean, does it make you just sort of just kind of whirl back to think, God, have I been doing this long? I mean, for someone to give you a Lifetime Achievement Award is a pretty big deal, I think. Yeah.
It's a pretty big deal, and especially, on Martin Luther King.
Yes.
Is a Martin Luther King group and the bus riders. It meant and means so much because what you're doing is hitting home. We're sitting in that studio. You and I used to sit side by side right there at that anchor desk.
We did.
And you go out and you meet people, but I'm not out reporting on the streets every day. So to know that people are seeing what we do and recognizing it, that's pretty huge.
One last thing before I let you go. We had a situation where the federal government cut some federal subsidy programs and some food programs and things like that a lot of people depend on. And all of the stations got together and had a big, huge kind of a collection rally here in the city. And I was watching some of that coverage and some of the pictures and some of the things. People really love you. This has been a 30-year love affair, and with you guys in this city. And I mean, to watch the genuine exchange of affection that people give, the hugs and I just love you and I watch you every day and things like that. Is that still a kick for you?
It means everything. It truly does. And a part of it too is at that food drive. We had all the other TV stations and radio stations and for people from other stations to come and say, "Hey, we watch you.
Yeah.
Love what you do."
Yeah.
Peer, the peer support and all that. But yeah, just meeting the people. And we have people when we, Fox 13, our family focus group, we do food drives, we do the school supplies, we do stuff all year long.
Sure.
And we get the same people that come every year, like this gentleman from the Naval Base. He comes every time to everything that we do. And we have several people like that because they want to give, which goes back to the giving in the community. But yes, I love it. It's a good chance to meet the people that are watching us, and they talk about, their lives a little bit. And we just kind of keep that in mind too when we're doing our broadcast. What about our gentleman friend up in Millington? How does this impact his life? The government shutdown really did.
Right.
He was furloughed, but yet he came to donate money to the food drive.
Wonderful.
It's pretty huge.
Absolutely. Well, listen, you are an icon, and I am proud to say I was there when you got here, and I sat up on a set with you for a little bit, and you are my friend, and thank you so much for taking a few minutes because ladies and gentlemen, when you work as early as they do in the morning, you got to go to bed early. So
I've got my pajama bottoms and my Uggs on. You can't see it.
There you go.
This is how we're rolling. Hey, Chip, yes. I remember though when we started, we had such great energy. It was so much fun. And I'm so glad that you and me and the guy Scott and everybody was a part of that. I'm glad you're still here. I've been trying to get you back to Fox for years, but you have found another path that's doing great. You're doing great with. So thank you for having me on.
Thank you, sweetheart. It is great to see you. Tell her to give him my regards, and you keep on doing what you're doing. Thank you again, sweetie. I appreciate it.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
All right. Valerie Calhoun, ladies and gentlemen, the news anchor, the morning news anchor at Fox 13. Been around for a long time, well-loved, well-respected, and I'm glad we can make this work out. Let's take another break, and when we come back, we're going to shift gears, and we're going to talk about giving. We're going to talk to someone who heads an organization who does just that. This is Real Talk Memphis. I'm Chip. Let's take a quick one, and we'll be right back.
If you like Real Talk, here's a way you can get involved. Do you have a show topic idea or suggestion? Want to be considered a guest or have a guest idea? Then send Chip a message on his Real Talk show page and you can be a part of the Real Talk experience. So as he always says, go out and tell somebody. We'll be right back.
Hi there, 1D here on Gospel Talk back in the day, playing great gospel music and talking to artists from the past. Tune me in every Saturday from 12 o'clock noon until 2 o'clock p.m. on 91.7 FM Memphis.
Woman's intuition? Woman's prerogative? Sometimes. Only a woman's point of view will do. Listen to Valley of the Dolls, Sunday, 1 to 2 p.m. on WYXR 91.7 FM. A chance to hear a woman's thoughts and feelings.
This is Tim Prudhomme asking you to join me and Steve Shelley for the new Untitled Show on WYXR FM every Monday night from 9 till 10 as we celebrate the history of recorded music.
What's up, Memphis? It's your girl Shelby, aka DJ Rhinestone. If you're hungry for fresh funk, tune into Bread and Butter Radio from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. on WYXR 91.7 FM.
This is Lulu with Cake Effects. Tune in every Saturday morning from 8 to 9 a.m. on WYXR 91.7 FM, where we play everyone who had a birthday that week.
Get Real Talk on the TuneIn mobile app under WYXR, and he's now streaming live on Facebook. And you can also catch a rebroadcast on YouTube. Just put WYXR in the search box and hit subscribe. Now back to more Real Talk with Chip Washington.
And welcome back to Real Talk Memphis on this Monday evening in the city. Chip with you. And my next guest is associated with an organization who flat out cares about our community in ways that are just almost overwhelming, especially not only those who are struggling, but on a day-by-day basis, but just with a heart for the community. And I'm really happy to have her on the show this evening. Please welcome Sally Jones Heinz, ladies and gentlemen. She is the president and CEO of a little organization we all like to call MIFA. And she's joining me now. Sally, it is great to see you. Long time no chat. How are you?
It has been a long time. I think it's been several years, maybe the pandemic when I was last on your show. Well,
listen, I'm glad that you could make it this evening. It is so good to see you again. For those who don't know, MIFA stands for the Metropolitan Interfaith Association, and Sally started there in 2007 and worked her way up to being named president in 2011. And this is kind of a bittersweet thing. You're after so many years, almost 20, you're going to retire. Did I hear the R word come as referred to you these days, Sally?
You did. It took me a little bit to say it out loud, but I finally did it. It's not immediate. I'll be at MIFA through June, so that gives me a little time to get used to the idea.
So listen, before we ask you how you got to this point and how you felt like the timing was right for this to happen, let's go back. As I stated, you started there several years ago. I want to ask initially in 2007, what brought you to MIFA? What was so important about the organization that you wanted to be a part of?
Well, my whole career has really been working for nonprofits in the community, and I worked for the Brooks Museum. I worked for Rhodes College, and when the position came open at MIFA, it was just like MIFA. MIFA is such a unique treasure in our community that it was really just a no-brainer to take this opportunity. MIFA is so special in the way it brings together staff and donors and volunteers and clients all working toward trying to make our community better. There's really I haven't found any other place that feels just like MIFA.
And that's very interesting. So you worked your way up, and to get the top spot over there at 2011, which you've been leading ever since 2011. When this opportunity came, what was important to you? What were the keys as far as you were concerned in terms of leading this organization and taking it to another level? What was your mindset during that transition period there?
Well, I was lucky that I had worked with so many of the team at MIFA already who then stayed on with me. And I just knew that together we could build that kind of team that relies on trust and letting everybody do their job. And together we could help MIFA make some great differences in the years to come. So a lot of it was the people and knowing the team and feeling confident that we could work well together.
What was one of the biggest things that was initiated under your watch or expanded under your watch, or something that you wanted to take even to a higher level at that particular time?
Well, one thing was MIFA needed its own safety net. Sometimes funding takes these little ups and downs,
sure.
And the services that MIFA provides are so needed in our community that we wanted to be able to sustain those services even when there were variances in funding. So early on, when I was president, we undertook an endowment campaign so that we could have, as we called it, our own safety net. And with the help of some really great volunteers who helped lead the charge for fundraising, we were able to raise $15 million for the MIFA endowment.
Oh, wow.
And now that the endowment stands at about $20 million.
That's a big deal, Sally. That really is a very, very big deal. One thing you just mentioned, in addition to staff, the volunteers, the volunteer effort that goes along hand in hand with this organization, to me, is absolutely amazing and incredible. I guess I'll ask you, what is it about the organization truly that brings out so many people who just at critical points in time want to help? And I'm thinking about Meals on Wheels in particular, because I've done that more than a few times. But what is it about the volunteer effort that is so overwhelming for this organization?
We could not deliver Meals on Wheels if it were not for the volunteers that show up every day to supplement our paid drivers and what they deliver. And I'm so lucky to get to look out the windows and see volunteers from all over our community show up and get out. I mean, there were volunteers there today braving ice to get out to as many clients as we could. And one volunteer told me once that he just has to deliver meals, and he said, it makes me love my city more when I do it. I think volunteers get hooked on it. It's one of the few volunteer opportunities where you get to form a relationship with someone.
Yes.
Because you deliver to the same clients.
Yes.
And they just become like family.
Yeah. And I remember that. I remember seeing the sweetest faces. They know what day it is, they know what time it is, and they know that something's coming. They see you and they greet you with a hug or a smile, and it really does. Make everything else kind of melt away. Your problems as a volunteer sort of melt away when you see the faces of the individuals that you help with much needed assistance, Sally, on a daily basis. It just has to be just almost an overwhelming experience. It really does, I would imagine.
It's really special, one of a kind thing to do. I encourage everybody. Give it a try.
Absolutely that. And, we've seen some tough times around here. We've seen some dark days around here and in certain situations and circumstances. And folks are being challenged by daily stresses and things like that. And you guys are there to be able to help and to assist people. And I think that there's and I've had several of your folks on my various platforms and to talk about various things that go on. And it really is. Is there if there is a one, or I don't know, maybe more than one, I guess sort of top rung, something that we need to stand for as an organization. This is when you think about MIFA. If you're an employee of MIFA, this is something that one needs to keep in mind on a daily basis. That it's not about us; it's about so many who need us. Am I correct in that?
That's exactly right. I think the services are so important, and I think about now and what I hope for MIFA in the future with a new leader, that senior hunger and the meals is a growing need in our community. And as you just alluded to, working families face more and more challenges with rising costs and affordable housing.
Yes.
But what I also think about MIFA is so important is our interfaith heritage and the ability and our striving to bring people together. As you know, right now, times feel divided. People feel on opposite sides.
Yeah.
But you can come together and serve. And like you said, go out and deliver meals and you will feel completely differently. So I think that community building that's part of MIFA's heritage is really important right now.
So even though you do have a few months left on the clock, you're leaving an organization that you truly love. What are you going to miss most about when that time does come? When you take your well-earned retirement, what are you going to miss most about the organization as a whole?
I'm going to miss the people, and by that I mean our supporters and our donors and our volunteers, but the staff that I get to be with every day. I am just so blessed to walk into that building and get to work with that particular group of people. I will truly miss them.
Well, they will truly miss you, and I will say that it has been a pleasure and an honor. I may try to get you on one more time before you leave here, but it has really truly been an honor to know you and have an opportunity to talk with you about such an amazing organization and all of the work that you put into making it even more amazing. Thank you for taking time tonight to come on the show. I really appreciate it, and I really appreciate you.
Thanks, Chip. I appreciate the invitation, and let's do it before I get out of here.
It's a date. Thank you, Sally Heinz. I appreciate you. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. The leader of MIFA. She's retiring in a few months. Sally Heinz is doing an amazing job on a daily basis. Let's take one final break. And when we come back, we will about wrap up this Monday ride. It's good to be back. I feel good about being back here tonight. I feel a little energy pent up here, but now it's all good. So let's take a break, and we'll be back with more Real Talk Memphis. We still got one more guest to go. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
If you like Real Talk, here's a way you can get involved. Do you have a show topic idea or suggestion? Want to be considered a guest or have a guest idea? Then send Chip a message on his Real Talk show page and you can be a part of the Real Talk experience. So as he always says, go out and tell somebody. We'll be right back.
Hey, this is Robbie. Join me and my buddy Winston every Wednesday from 2 to 4 p.m. for Song on the Radio. We play some stuff you're familiar with, some stuff you'd never heard, and some weird stuff.
Hey guys, this is Stephanie.
And Vivi.
And we are Just a Touch, Mondays from 2 to 3 p.m.
Get Real Talk on the TuneIn mobile app under WYXR, and he's now streaming live on Facebook. And you can also catch a rebroadcast on YouTube. Just put WYXR in the search box and hit subscribe. Now back to more Real Talk with Chip Washington.
Welcome back to Real Talk Memphis on this Monday evening in the city. Chip with you, and had a great show so far, and it's about to get even greater. I am really happy to have my next guest on the show. He is a career firefighter. He has been in this area for a very long time, and was recently appointed to be the new chief of the fire department, the fire chief of the city of Memphis Division of Fire Services. His name is Colin Burress. He joins me now. And first of all, my friend, it is great to see you, but let me offer my congratulations. I know I'm way down the line here, but my congratulations to you on being appointed fire chief for the city. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing great, Chip. How you doing?
I'm doing good. And so listen, great to have you on the show. We talked a little bit about this during the break. It's been a tough period. It's been a very busy period for you all, no doubt about that. But you all suffered a personal loss of a family member, and you wanted to say a little bit about that.
Yeah, I definitely want to speak a little bit about his, the remembrance. We lost a active duty firefighter by the name of Chris Paschke. Somebody who was well respected, did his job well every single day, worked for the city of Memphis, for the community, for his brothers and sisters for 8 years, passed away over the weekend. And I just want to send love and condolences to his family, his friends, brothers and sisters out there that are hurting right now, because it's a tremendous loss for us.
Absolutely that, and our prayers go out to not only his personal family, but the fire department family as well, to you all. Now, in terms of this new position, I want to start at the beginning with you. What was there about fire services, if you will, way back? What was it that made you, in terms of a career choice, decide this is something that I think I want to do?
Chip, I really never wanted to be a firefighter. Had no want, desire, any of that. I worked in, first of all, my first love is sports.
Okay.
I really thought I was going to be a NFL football player, but, that just didn't materialize.
Mm-hmm.
Like for so many, it doesn't. So you have to pivot and do something else.
Mm-hmm.
But I got a servant's heart, and everything that I've been able to enjoy in life has been around giving back. And I started out as a correctional officer, moved on, became a police officer for a little while, left the police department and went to the fire department just on a whim. I had a friend that applied, and he said, "Hey, what about this?" So I said, let me go see. And I tell you what, I tell a lot of people, it was like hand in glove. It was the perfect fit for me.
Yeah, you've been doing this for a long time. You worked your way up the ranks, and you got a lot of experience. You have a lot of folks who respect your talent and ability. And there was an overwhelming, I think, show of congratulations and support when you were appointed to this position. Now, as somebody who's been doing this for a long time, and you said that you're a selfless individual, and you have a servant mentality, to get that call and to be named the new director of the fire department, and have so many folks be so happy and thrilled that you were the choice. That had to, now come on now, that had to touch you a little bit now, didn't it? Just a little bit now.
Man, it touched me a lot. That honestly, that's the best part about it, is the overwhelming support from so many people that, they don't, a lot of times people don't outwardly come show you that display of how much they care for you. But I can tell you, around that time, in that moment, it was big. I had people reaching out from, not only here within the city, but from around the country, just people that I've met, whether it be through educational journeys and things like that. But, at the end of the day, when you get into this role, it's not about you. It's all about the people that are out there doing the work, serving the citizens every single day. And what I want to do and what I want to leave is that lasting impression on them. That's the way this is supposed to be. It's about giving back and being a leader, that not asking your people to do anything you wouldn't do first.
You know, you told me offline, you said one thing I want to do, Chip, and I want people to understand at the very outset is that I'm here to support these folks. I'm here to support all these folks who have decided that this was a career that they wanted, and you really want to support them and you really want to lift them up. And I thought that was a really big deal there when you said that.
Right. Well, you know, it is. I mean, you want those who support you definitely want to support them back. And, you know, not only that, you know, you want to also support the vision of the mayor and his administration. You know, he gives me the latitude to do the things that I need to do every day within the fire department, everything that I need to do to assist the community. And whatever there is that I feel that there's a need to provide, he's got a listening ear, and so does his administration. So I really appreciate that. And again, I feel like, you know, when it comes to the members of the Memphis Fire Department, you know, I kind of have the approach of, it's not a leader-follower mentality. It's a leader-leader. And we've got a bunch of leaders in the department. I look forward to helping them grow and get where they want to get.
How many, for those of us who don't know, including myself, how many divisions do you have? How many firehouses are there that represent the city of Memphis?
Right. We got 56 fire stations.
56? 56? That's a lot.
Sir.
That's a lot, man. That's a lot.
Over 1,800 incumbent members that serve the citizens every single day, and not just firefighters, but you know, we have a lot of people, just civilian personnel, that they add to what we do every single day, and they support us. So many bureaus. We've got our dispatchers. We got our logistics personnel, and I tell you, it really comes into focus during times like this when we had this winter weather. It takes us all to get over this. So I'm extremely proud of what we bring to the table every day, and I'm honored to be the fire chief of the city of Memphis.
As someone who once had ideas and dreams of being an NFL football player, and I could see that, by the way, how big a deal is, and you know we say it all the time, but how big a deal is training? You constantly training, constantly learning, constantly staying ahead of a game, and that's a big part of what you have to do on a daily basis, is it not?
It is. Training is at the forefront of everything. You come into this profession, you start out training. And if you ever stop that, you are positioning yourself to fail. Every day is a learning moment. It really is. And what I have to say is we've become, not only in Memphis, but across the nation, we've become so young as a department for so many reasons that we really have to make sure our members are trained well, that we have good instructors, that not only have good instructors, but we're also giving them good things to train on. Because there's a such thing as you can sit there and train on something, but it doesn't amount to anything. So we want to make sure that we're giving our people what they need to have to be successful.
Well, listen, man, first of all, thank you for taking the time to come on the show tonight. Extraordinarily proud of you, and wish you nothing but the best of success as time moves forward. And congratulations again, Chief, in all of this. I know he said before we came, he said Chip is Colin. I said I know, but you know what, you got to put some respect on it there, my friend. And but listen, God bless you and the rest of the individuals within the fire department. You all stay safe out there, and we look forward to talking to you down the road.
Hey, I look forward to. Thank you so much. Y'all be safe.
Yes, sir. Thank you, my friend. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That puts a cap on the big show tonight. And boy, it's been a really, 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 really good show. Now, I would invite you to stick around, because in just a few minutes, there is another show that is rising in the charts, ladies and gentlemen. It is called Event Horizon. Coolest name, and it is hosted by a pretty cool dude himself, Brent Butler. Brent Butler is my board producer here, and he's sitting right next to me now. Brent, you have a big show planned for us this evening?
Oh yes, sir. I feel like we've been doing pretty well.
Yes, sir.
Since the new year. So on Event Horizon, you can always expect multi-genre, predominantly hip-hop, punk, leaning into that stuff tonight. A little bit of metal as well.
Is there a particular genre that is played during these winter months with all this cold and snow and ice and every doggone thing else out here?
Well, I guess I could give an example. Like last week, I played a lot of stuff from a playlist I made in like 2019. That was what I was listening to around the cold weather, and there was a little bit of hip hop and R&B. That was a little unique, I think, but whatever genre it is, I definitely keep mood in mind. Mood music for sure.
Mood in mind, ladies and gentlemen. So, Brand, before we go, do you have folks out there who are friends or colleagues or maybe news folks who have heard your broadcast and said, you know what, I kind of like this cat.
Actually, funny enough, somebody reached out on Instagram not too long ago, last week. And said they were really enjoying the stuff. Shout out to that young man. Appreciate that. It makes me, it encourages me to keep doing this thing.
Well, listen, I'm proud of you, and this is some good stuff. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't go away. In just another minute or two, you will be laid witness to Event Horizon.
That's right.
The fresh new episode coming up at the 7 o'clock. And as Brent plays us out, ladies and gentlemen, I'm glad to be back. This is it's been a little time off here unexpectedly, but glad to be back. Glad to be back with you. I see we had a nice little audience tonight on Facebook Live. If you didn't get a chance to check the show out live, go to my page and you can see the whole thing from beginning to end. Thanks to all of my guests, the great Valerie Calhoun, and of course Sally Heinz from MIFA, and Fire Chief Colin Burress, who stopped by. And it's been a really good show. I hope you enjoyed it as well. As I always say to you, if you like what we do here at Real Talk Memphis, don't keep it to yourself. Go out and tell somebody, okay? We're a podcast, and if you miss anything on the front end, you can always find us. You can go to WYXR website and do the archive thing and check out show you might have missed, or check us out on your favorite podcast platform. So again, thank you, Memphis, for your support and your encouragement and everything else. And let's just keep it going. The Lord says so. I'll be back next week, same time, same station. Try to do it all over again, just a little bit better, and sleet and ice free. How about that? By the way, this is no AXI. This is no AI. This is real. What you're hearing from 6 to 7 p.m. Talk to you soon.